Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tina and it is a beautiful day to be creating with you. Too funny. Anytime I video, I will planes or helicopters will often fly by, whether they're doing anything. It was totally quiet for the longest time, and then as soon as it was time for me to go live, now they're all flying, so you'll hear it. All right, I'm here to put together this layout that features this food truck theme. This one is really fun. So this is one of our quick and simple layouts that we have, and we'll be launching a whole new line in August. So we're prepping for that. Really excited. But it's also fun because I get to use a lot of these. So we went to Cousin's Maine Lobster. And it was a rough day right here. See, Cousin's Maine Lobster is on that. And it was a pretty rough weather day. But I thought I would have a lot of fun putting this together. It has these awesome food trucks that are all ready and lots of fun. One of the things is after I laid my all my pieces out, my layout out, I decided that I would prefer to swap out and have this be a little bit darker, closer to the inside of the wheel wells there on the food trucks. So I'm going to do that instead. All right, we're going to just move this off to the side, and I'm going to bring it in as I put it together. And there's always a full cover sheet with these, so no worries with that. Okay, and this is two-sided paper, and I'm going with the lighter side, okay? So here we go. Okay. And let's go ahead and have some fun. All right, so I use a selfie. And one of the things about using the selfie is you can do like these smaller photos. Let me grab my cutter. And so I had these two minis, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and kind of add those two little minis to my layout. One of the things I like to do is put these layouts together for my own scrapbooking, of course, but then the other part that is really nice about it is maybe I show a couple of fun things that I might do to my layout. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to go for the clouds that I have here in the background. All my pieces are off to the side. Okay, and for this cloud background, I actually do want to do a little something. All right, so I'm gonna grab some, looking for the color that I would like to have, some of this Pumice Stone Distress Oxide ink. And I'm gonna grab my gray blending brush. Here we go. And you can just use a scrap piece of paper from your trash if you would like. I was looking for my craft mat, but it's hiding from me. So I'm just going to use this piece of throwaway paper that I have. And for this, I'm just going to add just a small amount. This lays on top of the blue. And I know it's weird to add this gray to the top, but it's going to provide just some additional dimension. I did not want it to be super dark. I just want it to be just a small amount across the top. And what I really like about the layout series that we're currently working on is they are all great by themselves. They really are great by themselves. But if you like the idea of a layout, but then you like to take that idea and kind of make it your own and zhuzh it up. Spend some time. Add glitter paper, holographic paper, or stamping, or textured backgrounds, or any of that. I think these kits are perfect for that too. You know, you might say, well, I'd like to emboss all the leaves that are on this flower layout or something like that. And I think it's really nice that, you know, it's almost like you can hybrid your crafting so you can relax and just do the fun part of the stuff that you'd like. Okay, now the reason why I wanted to make sure I did this first is I wasn't sure if I would stick with the darker after I used this, because if this changes the gray tone that I have, I want to be able to flip back to the lighter before I put it all down. All right, and we'll see after I lay these two out if I want to blend these together or not. All right, let's see. and I think I like it. All right, let's go ahead and start putting all of our pieces down. All right, so the first thing I have is this blue piece here, this light sky blue colored, and that represents, of course, the sky. Okay, there we go. And hopefully we'll have our QR codes and everything set up so you guys can pop on those and find these videos very easily. We're working on that as fast as we can, and we hope to have it ready by the launch. So I love just sharing my whole scrapbooking journey right here. Okay, before I put any of my other pieces down, I want to make sure that, yes. So the cloud is one this way and one this way. So I just want to make sure that I have the two that are going to be different. There we go. And I'm going to put my streets together. Okay, so it's just a white underlay and then this overlay piece here. And you could, I mean, I could have done just a small little piece of the white, and sometimes I do that, but I thought that this provided a certain amount of dimension, and I ended up really liking the way it looked with the extra piece. There we go. I'm now thinking that that might be a lawnmower instead. I don't know if it's picking it up, but you know what? Real life, right? I really do say, like, I'm just me, my real life. So I have to laugh at stuff like this because this is what would happen in my everyday life. I really love just being able to scrapbook. All right, so I'm going to share a little bit of our story. I'm a foodie, and so if you are a foodie and you like to find different ways to scrapbook your different food adventures, you may have found the place, because I have a lot of that to do. But I had this Cousin's Maine Lobster food truck on my list for a while. Like it was a few years that I had been following them, and I really wanted to try them out. So when they came to our area and I saw it, I just knew right away that we were going to go. But I hadn't really spoken to anybody who had gone there. I'm going to put this 1/4 of an inch all the way around, or I think it's might be less than 1/4 there. There we go. Just evening it out there. Okay, so I was looking for somebody who could tell me maybe like what to try or what to order, and I hadn't found anybody. And then I ended up talking to my son, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I went there." And I was like, "What do you mean you went there?" And I couldn't believe. I mean, he's, you know, my son's a grown adult now, but I was like, I couldn't believe he had went without me. It was the funniest thing. If the look on my face had to be, you know, priceless at that point. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that he went without me. I took this funny pic of us in the car. This is literally pulling out of the driveway. We hadn't even pulled out yet. And I was like, oh, I just can't wait to get there. It seems like we've been in the car forever. And that's something that I always joke about with George. He always says there's only 2 things I do well in the car: eat and sleep. And my joking thing is he ain't lying. So yeah, this was perfect. And then this little frame's created to kind of look like a Polaroid, and I like how the yummy is there. And so this is me with a cookie. And I didn't even know they had these like moon pie cookie things. So what I want to do is I want to size this out and put this in here. And I want to make sure that I don't get anything down here. So I'm going to mark my photo off with just a pen on where I can safely cut it. I'm going to mark it on this side because I don't think it would show up there with that little mark that I did. Okay, I'll just go ahead and cut that off. Oops, I was supposed to mark it with a Sharpie. There we go. And now I'm gonna want to center myself on it, kind of like this. So I'm gonna now just lay this on here. Danger zone with my recklessness. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna just do it again because I kind of want to be specific. I feel like I'm gonna pull, all right, so I'm gonna pull about 1/4 of an inch off this side, a little bit more, and then I'm gonna trim a very, very small amount off of this side. There we go. Okay, and now I'll be able to put this in here like this with my giant cookie. So one of the things is you get to kind of add all the things that you would like to these kits. And I'm always trying to pull stuff out of, oh, my pen is, it stayed in there, my pin. Okay. We'll grab this. This does not have the little precision tip on it. And I really do like the glue with the precision tip, but we'll see if I cannot make too big of a mess with this, if it'll even want to come out. I feel like it's getting air, but I also feel like there's a clog there. That's what I was worried about. Okay, let's see. I'm actually gonna wipe this off on here, just like this, and I'm gonna then use my glue. Okay. It's all going to get glued down, so it's just fine. But I would prefer not to do this on top of my layout, but I am a person who does that kind of stuff. Off camera, I'm just laying my picture on it, and then I'm going to slide it into place. Just like this. Okay, so my picture's on there, and this actually goes on here. So taking a look at where it would be, this will hold my picture down a little bit more, just like that. And now that I have my glue, I always make a mess. I don't know. I always wonder if I'm like the messiest crafter ever. This is why I don't prefer this kind of glue, and I really like the precision tip. The glue is nice that's in here. It dries pretty well, but I really like that fine tip, and now that I've gotten used to it, I like it even more. All right, be able to slide this into place, just center it. My fingers are a little sticky now. There we go. And by a little sticky, I mean they're just sticky all over. There we go. But if I wasn't all junky or inky or something, it just wouldn't be me. All right, so look at this cookie. I'm not going to tell you that I bought one of every single kind that they had available that day home. But that's what happened, everybody. So I found these really cute shaped sprinkles from Doodlebug Designs. And I'll put any links or anything down in the comments. But I found these and I thought that this was really cute. And I really like their bling a lot. So I have that off to the side and I might add. All right, let's go ahead, and this is a nice gap in here for some color variation. That's been sitting now. That Distress Oxide ink has gotten a chance to absorb. We're gonna line this up on the sides, and basically you just don't want to go past the blue so you can see it. But I'm lined up at about 10 1/4, give or take, leaving that gap right there. Notice this one was a little higher. So I'm about 10 1/4 down. I really am loving doing all the designs, all the requested designs for these, and it's just a lot of fun. But I also love that so many things apply to my own personal scrapbooking, and yeah, I really love that. Okay, so we have this roadway that I want to get on that comes up. Now, there's two ways you could do this. You could do the roadway so that it's on top, like this. You could do the roadway and stick it under like this. And I really feel like it's going to be kind of a personal choice where you decide to end up with that. But both of those are options. And how I ended up deciding that I was going to put it on the top is I ended up just liking the additional color that was there, but you can do it, whichever way you would like. Okay, back to this little liquid glue. Let's see if it's going to be kind. Let me wipe this off. Oh, that's so much glue. Okay. Maybe we'll just put it in less places. Okay, I'm just going to match this up. Well, this would have been a great spot to do some textured black paper as well on this, just to kind of give that roadway a little bit more. I've been using a lot of textured paper, and I'm really liking it. Okay. I'm wondering if I would have liked the clouds up a little higher. It's so nice that there's, like, you have all the pieces, but there's still lots of room to kind of do whatever you would like. I'm going to grab that piece again. All right, let's make sure we watch our glue. And this is the mat that goes up in the clouds on this. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of see if there's anything left on this to get me some around the edge. And if not, I'm going to add some. You could do this with your regular inks too, like if you have water-based inks or anything like that, as long as you let it dry. It doesn't have to be any specific kind of ink. This will work with whatever you have on hand. If you just have like some type of a light gray. Okay, there we go. And it just adds a little bit of dimension. Okay. So this will give me a few minutes to kind of let that sit for a moment, and then I can add it and it'll be great. I can't get over my face here. Every time I see it, I just think it's so funny. I'm like, okay. There we go. And so I use a selfie photo printer, as I was mentioning. And one of the things about a selfie is it does not give a true 4x6. I'm used to it and I really like my selfie. It works for me. My kids know exactly what to buy me. I haven't bought my own selfie photo paper in years. My kids know that what I'm going to ask for my birthday or for Mother's Day are packs of the selfie photo paper and ink cartridges. And so they don't even check with me there. And if I don't get them, they would get like I'd be like, oh, thank you so much. But they would kind of know like, oh, she's probably a little depressed. Yes, I am. So there we go. I love this. I'll be able to put a little bit in there about how impatient I am when waiting for my food. Okay. And I added a little foam tape to the back of these food trucks. Just want to make sure that they're going to be positioned where I want them before I put everything down. Okay. I really like the swap out on this darker gray. Okay. And move that down. Before you put your roadway on, you just want to make sure, and there's a full picture, so no worries there. All right, I'm gonna trim a little bit off of this. I tend to take about 1/8 of an inch. We did not have great pictures this day. It was cold. It was, yeah, I was exhausted, but they were only there for one day. So we had to go, like, you know, the torture, but we had to go. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to put all my pieces on just so that I can make sure that as I get all of my photos and everything down, I can add whatever I would like, however I would like. All right, so I have 2 of these, and this is me and George eating, because if we didn't have pictures of us eating, what would be the point? And we got great pictures of the food here. So I have that as well. Here we go. I'm not even going to trim these ones up. There we go. I like how the barrels in the back are kind of the color that is here. And that wasn't even intentional. These were all chosen to kind of meet the mats, so to speak, meet those food trucks. Okay, pop this on. And there's so much you could do with these. Now, I want this to come up here, but the other thing that I want is I want to be able to see a little bit of the white underneath if I can plan my picture out accordingly. And I'm even okay if it comes with the road, but I don't want to see the roadway past here on the edge. I'm going to say right about, I want to move it up just the tiniest bit. There we go. That looks good to me, but I'm not pressing. No pressing yet. I feel like I use more adhesive than ever. I used to be a person who would like use all these tiny little dabs. I still do that with my foam tape. Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Okay. And then we'll have these two here. Make sure we see those lines. We'll have the one food truck right here coming out of that roadway. And we'll have this food truck. I feel like they go this way, right? Oh no, they go this way. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think we have all good things. Okay, yep, two headed that way and two headed that way. Had to pay attention to my directions. Okay, I think I'm good. How cute is this gonna be? Okay, perfect. All right, and I have lots of room to add my journaling, and I'm gonna love that. And I have a few things from my stash, but I can already tell I'm not gonna use much. I think I'll put all the photos down first so that I can add the food trucks to the top. I'm going to add both of these at the same time so that I can kind of hover them and make sure I get them where I would like them to be. George looked so happy to pose for this. Meanwhile, when it was my turn, I shoved like the entire cookie in my mouth. It's like I'm shoving this entire cookie in my mouth. Okay, here we go. It's so, the food truck industry is now just amazing. You know, it's funny because when we talk about how we document our life and stuff, sometimes what ends up happening is we overlap and we document history as well. And I don't really remember food trucks being a thing when I was growing up or anything like that. Was just not something that I saw a lot of. I want this to come over just a little bit more. I feel like I was, you know, scrunched up there on the end. Thank goodness I use a forgiving adhesive. There we go. Okay. But what happened was, you know, we saw a huge surge in it. And I used to watch this show on Food Network. I don't know if any of you had ever seen it, but it was called The Great Food Truck Race. And I really feel like that show, even though there were already, you know, food trucks everywhere, I think it kind of just gave people a push to, you know, if you wanted to start a food truck, it was like, hey, you can really do it. Look at all these people that are doing it. And I love to share my craziness with you guys, but I used to joke that I was going to start a food truck with a friend of mine. And we always joked because we were both moms, and we talked about how hot that the people must be in the food truck, that, you know, it's got to be hot in there. And so we jokingly were like, we would call ourselves like Hot Mamas, the Hot Mamas food truck, but it would be because we would be dying. It would be so hot inside the food truck. Oh, the fun that you must have, right? I think I would like to put my title on some foam tape too. Okay. I'll use a lot less foam tape on this because you guys are timing me. Just kidding. You're not timing me, but I love the look on my face. This is too funny. All right. And this I want coming down into the road, and then I want to see the clouds above. I really do like the added, just that light ink that I added. But if you want your clouds to be, you know, maybe you want them to be shiny, and so you could add some stickles there or anything like that. And because I only inked the top, it's going to come down and be white. But I think I'm going to go right here and center that right there. I love how quick these all come together. You kind of have everything that you need, but all kinds of things that you could do here. One of the things that you could do is with this particular layout is decrease the trucks. If you want to add more photos, this is too many trucks for you, you can decrease the trucks on this particular layout, and that would give you more room to add some photos. Okay. Well, ice cream trucks have always been around, right? All right, here we go. All of them are just on their way to go bring us all the good stuff. All right, so I am going to add a little bit of bling. I feel like maybe I could put that up just a little bit more. Smallest amount, but there we go. Okay, so I had these cookies, and they had these like chip witch kind of moon pie things that were incredible. So I'm gonna look to see if I can add, and I took a bite of it, so I just want to see where I want to add it. There we go. That little guy right there is super cute. I think I'm gonna add this one on this side. Just wanna, there we go. I think that's cute. All right, and off to the side, I have some of my bling. There's some, I used some of the Close to My Heart Lagoon when I made these. Just over here cutting through everything. All right, and but it's just a really pretty teal aqua color, so you know, whatever you have that would blend with that will work well. I always say just pull anything you want out of your stash and go for it. All right. My favorite is always to go for the dots. So I try to make a concentrated effort to use the other items. I really would be just fine in my life with just dots. You know, on a daily. All right, but we're going to put 3 stars over here because we have them around the food truck part right there. And then I do like to sometimes add, I have a little heart, and I think I'll add the little heart right here in the corner of my photo. And now I'm just going to add in bling, and I normally do 3s, but I'm going to do 2 on this because there's a 2 here. There's like a 2 here. I can see that I have a balance of 2s. So, all right, I'm going to do that. It's stuck to me, not my thing. Here we go. Put one here. And I'm trying to be very sporadic with them. I'm just spreading a couple sets of those out. Nothing too fancy. There we go. I like it. Okay, so I had these 2 pictures, me standing outside of the food truck, and I thought that it would be possible that I could just go ahead and like pop those in anywhere that I wanted to, especially this one where it basically shows I ate all the food. This is a hello to my son-in-law, Jason. He loves to send us photos after he's eaten his food. He thinks it's so funny, and now my husband thinks it's funny, so I kind of thought that would be a cool nod, but I have to say I really do. I like the layout just the way it is, and I think it's balanced really nicely, so I think I'm going to go with it just like this. All right, so this is a food truck fun layout. I really think this has all the stuff. Look at that. Those cute little cookies are so cute. I think I want to add another cookie right down here on this picture where I'm actually biting the cookie. I'm thinking now I should have put the bite ones down here and the whole ones up there, but I'm going to add a cookie right down here as well, just so that I have some on both pages. And it's just going to kind of be on and off my picture. There you go. All right, so if you have cookies, there you go, because I did. All right, so here's all the details. It's really nice. There you go, just a great roadway, have those overlays. It really adds a lot of dimension I just put a little bit of that gray in because you can see we didn't have the best of days. So I thought that was a great way to bring in the weather. I will get to add my journaling about the car and how impatient. And there's multiple places to journal on this. So you can write directly in the open spaces here and here. I could put in my little journaling strips that I like to do down here. I usually do my journaling on the computer, and I like to type it. Another thing you could do is kind of just, you know, if you're really good and you like your writing, you can also journal along your cloud line. There's a lot of different places that you can add that journaling, little details on the truck. Have fun, incorporate your journaling in part of your story, because that's what scrapbooking is really about, is getting to share a story. And thank you guys for letting me share this story with you. If you found this video useful, if you like the layout, if you just enjoyed spending some crafty time with me, I would really appreciate if you would hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out here in the YouTube community quite a bit. And if you leave me a hi there, hello, or a comment, any questions, I will make sure to get back with you. Thank you again, and I hope you guys have an awesome crafty day. Bye-bye.